Have you ever felt like life is just throwing one problem after another at you? Like no matter how hard you try, you keep hitting walls? What if I told you that there's a way to turn every challenge into an opportunity? What if the way you think could change everything? Your mood, your results, even the people around you. Think about that for a second. Can your thoughts really shape your reality? Absolutely. And today, I'm going to show you how every day your mind is bombarded with doubts, fears, and negative voices. And if you let them, they will control your life. But here's the truth. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant, you grow. If you plant weeds, you'll get chaos. If you plant seeds of positivity, you'll grow strength, courage, and clarity. It's not magic, it's a simple rule. Focus on what lifts you, what builds you, what inspires you. Now, imagine facing a problem at work, a fight with someone you care about, or a failure that knocks you down. Most people react with frustration or anger. But what if you paused? What can I learn from this? Or, how can I grow stronger? That one small shift changes everything. Your brain stops looking for excuses and starts looking for solutions. You stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like a creator. Positivity is not about pretending life is perfect. It's not about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about choosing how you respond. You decide the story you tell yourself. You decide the energy you bring to every situation. And the best part? It spreads. Your thoughts influence your words, your actions, and even the people around you. One positive thought can ripple into an entire day, a week, or even a life. So, what are the rules? How can you actually train your mind to see the good, even when everything seems bad? How do you stop letting fear, doubt, and negativity control your every move? These are the secrets that can transform your mindset, your energy, and your life. And once you understand these rules, you'll start noticing something incredible. The world stops feeling like a problem and starts feeling like an opportunity. Every setback becomes a setup. Every obstacle becomes a lesson. And you'll see that positivity isn't just a thought, it's a lifestyle. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of your mind? Every single thought that passes through your head is creating your reality. You might not see it immediately, but it's happening all the time. Every time you worry, every time you doubt yourself, every time you think, I can't do this, you are shaping your day, your energy, and your life in that very moment. Thoughts are like invisible architects. They design the building of your life before it even exists. And the crazy part is, most people don't even realize they're doing it. They let random thoughts control them instead of taking charge. Think about it. Have you ever woken up in a bad mood and noticed that everything seemed to go wrong that day? Maybe traffic was worse, people were rude, or tasks that are usually easy suddenly felt impossible. That's not just coincidence. Your thoughts set the stage. When your mind expects difficulty, your attention goes straight to the problems. Your body reacts with tension. Your choices become limited, and suddenly the world looks like a hostile place. On the other hand, the moment you change your thoughts, even slightly, everything begins to shift. Imagine waking up with the mindset that today will bring opportunities, that challenges are temporary, and that you are capable. You'll notice how your actions change, how you see solutions instead of obstacles, how people respond differently to your energy. Your thoughts are more than just mental chatter. They trigger chemical reactions in your brain and body. Positive thoughts release endorphins and dopamine, creating feelings of confidence and motivation. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, trigger stress, anxiety, and doubt. Every thought literally affects your physiology, your focus, and even the decisions you make. That's why thinking positively isn't just a nice idea. It's a strategy to take control of your life. And here's something most people overlook. Your thoughts influence not just you, but the people around you. When you walk into a room thinking negatively, your energy is heavy, your body language stiff, and your words sharp or hesitant. People notice, they mirror your energy. But when you walk in with positivity, curiosity, and confidence, people are drawn to you. Your thoughts ripple outward, shaping not only your reality, but the environment around you. The incredible part is that this works in every area of life: relationships, work, health, finances, even learning new skills. Your beliefs about what's possible start as thoughts. Every habit begins as a thought. Every achievement starts in your mind before it manifests in the real world. And the truth is, most people underestimate this power. They focus on circumstances, luck, or other people as the reason for success or failure. But the starting point is always in the mind. Once you understand that your thoughts are not just random noise, but tools that shape your reality, you start paying attention. You start noticing which thoughts empower you and which ones hold you back. You start choosing to replace worry with curiosity, doubt with belief, fear with action. And when you do this consistently, you realize that the reality you experience is not fixed. It's created, moment by moment, thought by thought. Focusing on positivity is not just a nice idea. It's a life-changing habit. Think about your mind like a garden. Every thought is a seed. Every word you say to yourself, every picture you imagine, every belief you hold is a seed planted in that garden. And just like in a real garden, what you water grows. If you focus on negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, those are the weeds that take over. They spread fast, choke out good ideas, and make it almost impossible to see the opportunities around you. But if you focus on positivity, if you intentionally plant seeds of hope, gratitude, and courage, then over time your mind becomes a beautiful garden filled with strength, clarity, and creativity. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract good things effortlessly? They face challenges, setbacks, and obstacles just like everyone else, but somehow they keep moving forward. That's the power of a positive focus. They train their minds to see possibilities where others see problems. They choose to focus on solutions instead of complaining about the difficulties. And it's not because life is magically easier for them. It's because their minds are tuned to notice opportunities, to recognize lessons, and to generate ideas that lead to progress. Focusing on positivity doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. Life will always throw challenges at you. Problems, failures, disagreements, and unexpected setbacks are unavoidable. But here's the difference. When you focus on positivity, you respond differently. Your energy changes. Your emotions change. Your actions change. Instead of reacting with panic, stress, or frustration, you respond with clarity, creativity, and determination. Positivity doesn't remove the challenge. It transforms the way you experience it. And the amazing thing is, positivity is contagious. When you focus on the good, people around you notice. Your words, your tone, your energy all shift in a way that uplifts others. Imagine walking into a room with a mindset of gratitude and optimism. People feel it. They respond differently. Doors open, conversations flow, and opportunities appear that would have been invisible to a negative mindset. Your positivity ripples outward and begins to change the environment around you. The practice of focusing on positivity is simple but powerful. Start by noticing your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't," stop and ask, "How can I?" When fear pops up, replace it with curiosity. When doubt shows its face, replace it with belief. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for positivity. Take a moment each day to focus on what's going right, what's working, and what you appreciate. The more you train your mind to see the good, the easier it becomes to respond to life with energy and confidence. Over time, focusing on positivity doesn't just make you feel better, it reshapes the way you experience life. Challenges feel smaller, opportunities feel bigger, and even ordinary days begin to feel extraordinary. The things that once held you back start to seem manageable, and your potential grows as you consciously nurture the seeds of hope, courage, and determination in your mind. Shifting your perspective is one of the most powerful tools you have, yet most people completely underestimate it. Life isn't always going to be easy. Problems will come, failures will happen. People will disappoint you and plans will fall apart. But here's the secret. It's not the events themselves that shape your life. It's how you see them. Two people can face the exact same situation, yet one will feel trapped, frustrated, or hopeless, while the other sees it as an opportunity, a lesson, or a challenge to grow. The difference is perspective. Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to thrive even in chaos? Why they bounce back faster, stay calm under pressure, and find solutions when everyone else panics? It's not luck, talent, or timing. It's perspective. They've learned to look at every situation through a lens of possibility. Instead of asking, why me, they ask, what can I learn? Instead of saying, this is too hard, they ask, how can I make this work? That simple shift in thought changes everything. Your emotions, your decisions, and even the way the world responds to you begin to change. Shifting perspective doesn't mean lying to yourself or pretending life is easy. It means actively choosing to see things differently. Imagine you face a setback, a project fails, a relationship ends, or a plan falls apart. Most people see it as a dead end. But if you shift your perspective, you might see it as a fresh start, a chance to grow, or an opportunity to discover something new about yourself. Suddenly, the obstacle isn't a roadblock, it's a stepping stone. Perspective also changes how you interact with people. When someone acts unfairly or says something hurtful, your first instinct might be anger or frustration. But shifting your perspective lets you step back and ask, why are they acting this way? What can I understand from this? You start seeing the world not as something happening to you, but as something you are participating in and learning from. Your reactions become intentional rather than automatic. Even small shifts in perspective can have huge effects. Imagine waking up and choosing to see the day as full of potential instead of full of problems. Imagine looking at criticism as feedback instead of attack. Imagine seeing challenges as temporary puzzles instead of permanent barriers. That's the power of perspective. It doesn't change what happens to you, but it changes how it feels, how you respond, and how you move forward. The mind is constantly interpreting reality, and most of the time it does it automatically, without our control. Shifting perspective is like taking the wheel back. It's deciding to stop letting circumstances define your mood, your decisions, or your life. It's about asking better questions. What can I learn? How can I grow? What opportunity is hidden here? The answers to these questions can completely transform your energy, your confidence, and the results you get in life. When you practice perspective shifting consistently, you start noticing patterns. You begin to see possibilities where others see dead ends. You start responding instead of reacting. You see lessons instead of failures. And you realize that how you interpret life shapes the entire experience in ways you never imagined. Choosing your response is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your life. Life will always throw challenges at you. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Circumstances will change in ways you don't expect. And most people react automatically. They let their emotions decide how they act. Anger, fear, frustration, or sadness take over, and they end up making decisions that make things worse. But the truth is, between the stimulus and your reaction, there is a moment, a choice, and that moment is where your power lives. That's where you can take control. Have you ever noticed that two people can face the same situation and have completely different experiences? One person might feel overwhelmed and stressed, while the other stays calm, focused, and confident. The difference is not luck or talent. It's the choice they make and how they respond. Your thoughts, your energy, and your actions are all shaped by that choice. Every day, life gives you countless small decisions like this. You can choose to respond with patience or with anger. You can choose to see obstacles or opportunities. You can choose to react with fear or with courage. Each choice builds your reality and shapes your future. Choosing your response also changes how you feel in the moment. When something frustrating happens, your first instinct might be to complain or blame. That gives you a temporary release, but it also keeps your energy low and your mind focused on the problem. But if you pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, how do I want to respond? Suddenly you regain control. Your emotions settle, your thinking clears, and you start seeing solutions instead of just problems. That one conscious choice can completely shift the course of your day. The amazing thing is that choosing your response is a skill you can develop. It doesn't come naturally to most people because we're trained to react automatically. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Start small. Notice moments when you feel upset or frustrated. Instead of reacting immediately, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, what response will serve me best? It could be patience, it could be letting go. Over time, these small choices add up. You start taking control of your life instead of letting life control you. Choosing your response also affects the people around you. When you respond calmly to conflict, people are more likely to listen and cooperate. When you respond with positivity, it spreads energy and inspiration. When you respond with thoughtfulness, you build respect and trust. Your reactions create a ripple effect that influences not only your life, but the lives of everyone you interact with. The power of choosing your response isn't just about avoiding mistakes or staying calm. It's about creating opportunities. Every challenge, every setback, every difficult person becomes a chance to practice mastery over your mind and your life. The choices you make and how you respond determine your growth, your success, and your happiness in ways that nothing else can. Small, positive actions are more powerful than most people realize. We often wait for big moments or perfect opportunities to make a difference. But the truth is, change starts with tiny, consistent steps. One kind word, one smile, one helpful action, or EV. And a single positive thought can set off a chain reaction that touches more lives than you can imagine. Life is full of ripples, and your energy, attitude, and actions are at the center of them. Have you ever noticed how one small act of kindness can completely change someone's day? Maybe you hold the door for a stranger, or you compliment a coworker, or you encourage a friend who's feeling down. That small moment can lift their mood, influence their actions, and even inspire them to pass that positivity on to someone else. The ripple effect grows. What seems like a tiny action in the moment can expand far beyond what you see. The same principle applies to your thoughts and habits. Every positive thought, every small habit, and every constructive decision adds momentum to your life. Think about it this way. Your mind, your energy, your actions, they're all connected. When you choose positivity, even in small ways, it changes your behavior. You smile more, you speak with kindness, you make better decisions, and people respond to that energy. Your coworkers, friends, family, and even strangers notice it. They mirror it, they react to it. And slowly, the positive energy you put out into the world begins to influence the environment around you. It's like dropping a pebble into a pond. The ripples start small, but they spread far and wide. Small positive actions also reinforce your own mindset. Every time you do something positive, even if it's minor, your brain records it as proof that you are capable, resourceful, and kind. It strengthens your self-belief, boosts your confidence, and motivates you to take even bigger steps. The momentum grows naturally, almost without effort, because positive actions create more positive actions. Your energy starts attracting opportunities, ideas, and people that align with your mindset, and life begins to feel more supportive, more expansive, and more exciting. The ripple effect works in the opposite way, too. Negative words, thoughts, or reactions spread tension, frustration, and resistance. That's why it's so important to consciously choose positivity, even in small moments. The tiniest shift in your attitude can prevent unnecessary stress, conflict, or setbacks. One small decision to focus on solutions instead of problems can create waves of change that extend through your day, week, and even months of your life. Consistency is the key. Small positive actions might not seem like much at first, but when repeated over time, they build habits, character, and influence. You don't have to do anything grand to create a meaningful impact. A single thought of gratitude, a tiny act of courage, or a brief moment of encouragement can set off a chain reaction that grows exponentially. The world responds to energy, not intention alone, and the energy of positivity spreads faster than most people realize.